Hello dear friends, this is Dr. Deeptesh Patel. Welcome back to the online video lecture series of Jet Propulsion and Aircraft Engineering. This is lecture 7 of Principles of Jet Propulsion. So far we have completed the theory of this chapter, and now what we are going to do, we are going to calculate some numericals which is very important in terms of GTU exam. So these are the outlines of today's session in which we are going to solve a numerical 1. So let's start the examples. Here the numerical which is given to us, it says a turbojet engine having two jets. So the number of engines are 2, which takes air at velocity 200 meter per second. So the inlet velocity of the engine is 200 meter per second. That is the amount of air or velocity of air which is entering into the engine when flying at an altitude of 10,000 meter. So the height of the aircraft which is flying, it is 10,000 meter. The resistance or drag of the plane is given to us, and that is 6500 Newton. Means the thrust, right? The thrust is given to us, and that is 6500 Newton. The air fuel ratio is 50 gem 1. Now we know that the air fuel ratio for aircraft is very high. So here it is given as 50 gem 1, means the 50 amount of air and 1 amount of fuel that is required for the combustion in the engine. The propulsive efficiency of jet is also given to us, and that is 50%. So eta P that is given to us, and that's 50%. Here these are the things that we need to calculate. First of all, absolute velocity of jet. So here we need to find out the absolute velocity of jet, means the amount of or the velocity of gases which is flowing out to the jet engine by its own. So that would be definitely a subtraction of the velocity of gas which is leaving the nozzle or leaving the aircraft to the velocity of jet which is entering into the diffuser or into the aircraft. So first thing that we need to calculate is the absolute velocity of jet, means the subtraction between the Cj, which is the velocity of gases that is leaving the jet, and the velocity of air which is entering into the jet. Second one is a mass flow rate of air which is enters into the aircraft. Now we know that the air fuel ratio is given to us, and that is 50 gem 1. So 50 amount of air and 1 amount of fuels. So here on the basis of these ratio, we need to calculate the how much amount of air which is entering into the jet. Third one is a propulsive power. Now propulsive power is basically a difference between the kinetic energy of the entering air and leaving gases. Means the kinetic energy which is entering into the engine, that is the Ca, and kinetic energy which is leaving the diffuser, which is Cj. So that difference is known as the propulsive power, means the power required to propel the vehicles. Fourth one is the mass of fuel supply. Now we know that the ratio of air and fuel is given to us. Now since we could be able to find out the mass of air which is entering into the diffuser, and on the basis of that we can use the ratio and we can calculate the mass of fuel supplied to the jet engine. And the last one is a thrust specific fuel consumption, means the amount of fuel required or the specific fuel consumptions per thrust that is produced by the jet engine. So these are the 5 different things that we need to calculate. Normally these kind of numericals having being asked for the 7 marks in the exams, and it's quite easier once we understand the different formulas to solve these numericals. It should be a lot easier as compared to the theory questions, and the formula that has been derived already in lecture 3 of Principles of Jet Propulsion. So you can refer those formula, and you should be able to solve these numericals. So now let's solve the example. First of all, we'll go through the given data. Now, SA CA, that is equal to 200 meter per second, means the amount of air which is entering into the aircraft. Then number of jet which is given to us, and that is 2, means there is a 2 different engine which been attached with the aircraft. Then thrust means the resistance or drag to the plane is given to us, and that is 6500 Newton. Then after, air to fuel ratio, MA upon MF, that is given to us 50 gem 1. Then propulsive efficiency, that is 50%, and calorific value of fuel which is being supplied into the aircraft, and that is 48,000 kilojoule per kilogram. So these are the given data, and on the basis of that we need to find out, the first thing is that absolute velocity of jet. So basically that is the difference between Cj minus Ca. So we need to find out Cj. Second, mass flow rate of air, Ma. Then Mf, mass of fuel consumptions. Then we need to find out the propulsive power and the thrust specific fuel consumption. So these are the different values or different answer that we need to find out. So now let's start the example. The first thing was the absolute velocity of jet. As I explained earlier, absolute velocity of jet is the velocity of gases which are leaving from combustion chamber through the nozzles. So basically is nothing but the difference between the velocity of gases which is leaving the nozzle Cj to the velocity of air which is entering into the engine. So Cj minus Ca, right? So here basically we know that the aircraft is having diffuser at the front face from where the air is entering, and nozzles, it is a place from where the gases are leaving. So if you find the difference, you would be able to find out the absolute velocity of jet. So we need to find out Cj minus Ca. Now how do we get the Cj? So for Cj we should be able to use the formula of propulsive efficiency. Since the propulsive efficiency is given to us, eta P, right, and that is 50%, we should be able to find out the values of Cj. This is the velocity of gases that is leaving the nozzles. So let's go through the formula. Eta P, that is propulsive efficiency, which is equal to, inside the bracket, 1 plus Mf upon Ma into Cj minus Ca into Ca, divide by, the whole term is divided by, inside the bracket, 1 plus Mf upon Ma into Cj square divided by 2 minus Ca square divided by 2. So basically Cj is the velocity of gases that is leaving the nozzles, Ca is the velocity of air which is entering into the nozzle diffuser, then Mf upon Ma is the ratio of fuel to air, right? So what we are going to do, we are going to put the values over here. So I should be able to replace Mf upon Ma is equal to 1 divided by 50, Cj that we need to find out, and Ca is already given to us, and that is 200, and eta P, that is the propulsive efficiency, that is also given to us, that is 50%. So let's put the values in this equation and find out the values of Cj. Now if I would replace these terms with the different values, I should be able to get 0.51 Cj square minus 408 Cj plus 60,000, which is equal to 0. Now let's solve these equation, and after going through these equation we can find out the values of Cj, and that is 605.8 meter per second, means the amount of gases which is leaving the nozzles, or the velocity of gases which is leaving the nozzles is 605.8 meter per second. Now let's find out the absolute velocity of jet. Absolute velocity of jet is equal to Cj minus Ca. So Cj that we have found out 605.8, Ca is given, that is 200. So let's get 605.8 minus 200 and we'll get the absolute velocity of jet, which is 405.8 meter per second. So that is the first answer of our numerical, absolute velocity of jet. Now let's move forward. Second was mass flow rate of air, MA. How could we get the mass flow rate of air? Since the ratio from air to fuel is given to us 50 gm1, we should be able to get that value, and also the thrust is given to us, that is 6500 Newton. So on the basis of that, I should be able to find out, I should be able to use the formula for thrust to find out the values of MA. So let's use the formula for thrust, and that is thrust T is equal to, inside the bracket, MA plus MF into CJ minus MA into CA. So here what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the air fuel ratio, then CJ that was found out in first trial, and CA is already given to us, and thrust is given to us. So thrust is 6500 Newton, CA 200 meter per second, CJ is 605.8 meter per second, and air fuel ratio is 50 gm1. So let's replace these terms, these with the different values, and let's find out the values of MA. So after going through the equation, we should be able to get MA is equal to 15.55 kilogram per second. So 15.55 kilogram per second. So that is the amount of air which is entering into the aircraft per second in kilogram. Then third one is propulsive power. Propulsive power, as it is a difference in rate of kinetic energy, that is entering or leaving the nozzles and entering into the diffuser. So the equations to get the propulsive power is given to here, that is propulsive power PP is equal to 1 plus mf upon ma into Cj square divided by 2 minus Ca square divided by 2. Now these all values are given to us, right? Ratio, air to fuel ratio is given to us. So mf upon ma would be 50. Then Cj square, that we have already found out, 605.8, and Ca is given to us 200. So let's put the values in this equation and find out the propulsive power. So after going through the calculations, I should get propulsive power is equal to 2599443 watt. Let's convert that into the kilowatt, and that would reduce to 2599.44 kilowatt. So that is the propulsive power and our third find out. Next one is a mass of fuel supplied, MF. Since we have air fuel ratio and we have also found out the mass of air required for the aircraft, we should be able to get the mass of fuel supplied. So air fuel ratio, it is Ma upon Mf, and that is given to us 50 gm1. So let's say Ma upon Mf is equal to 50, and now I should be able to write down Mf is equal to 15.55 divided by 50. So 15.55 is nothing but a value of Ma, mass of air required into the aircraft. So what I have done, I have took the whole term, which is the ratio of air to fuel, into the other side and found out the values of Mf. So now after going through the calculations, I will get Mf, mass of fuel supplied, is equal to 0.3111 kilogram per second. So that is the amount of fuel required in kilogram per second for the combustions in aircraft. And the last one is thrust specific fuel consumption, means the fuel consumptions relevant to the amount of thrust produced. Okay, so thrust specific fuel consumption, the formula is mass of fuel divided by thrust on the aircraft. So thrust SFC is equal to Mf divided by T. Now Mf that we have found out in previous finding, and thrust is already given to us. So thrust SFC is equal to 0.3111 divided by 6500. After going through calculations, I should be able to get the values of thrust SFC, and thrust SFC is equal to 4.78 into 10 raised to minus 5 kilogram per Newton second, means that amount of fuel required in a kilogram per Newton thrust per second. So this is the specific fuel consumptions per Newton thrust that we produce into the aircraft. So these are the fifth finding of our numericals. We have gone through all of the different findings. Now, if you have any doubt, you can write down in the comment box regarding the formula that we have used or regarding the calculations that we have gone through. In further lecture series, I am going to solve few more examples which would help you to understand how to solve the numericals in GTU exams. So, thank you very much.